What's up, guys? So we got more Mass Effect Andromeda footage. Hells to the no. So rude. Before this gameplay footage, we got a release date finally for Mass Effect Andromeda. A while back, there had been a publication of the art book, and as soon as that went up, some people were like, oh, it says March 21st on there. Maybe that's when the game's gonna come out. Fans started to be like, oh, it's 3, 2, 1? Really? Oh my god, that's so cool. 3, 2, 1, lift off. But it's funny because BioWare was like, oh, yeah, that's totally meant to do that. Like, that was so done on purpose. Thank you. The release date news came in an article that Aaron Flynn wrote on MassEffect.com, and he said that the team, some of the team had taken home a holiday build, and that's why they felt much more comfortable saying that yes, it will be released on March 21st, 2017. But like the video game industry always works, these dates are, especially nowadays, these dates are sometimes subject to change. They seem pretty confident that it will be coming out on this date. So let's hope for the best for the people making the game. For the game as well, but mostly for the people making it. I did a live stream watching the live footage and all that. Some of you came and joined, which was awesome. It was me just like, a lot of people were like, oh my god, it was so short, and it was just, they didn't show that much, and it was so short. And that was one thing that I said as well. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought there was going to be more. But I feel like it was about 2 minutes, I believe. And people were like, how long was that? And I was like, it was no more than like a minute something. So it felt shorter, but I think it was because BioWare chose to show more of the menu than anything else. It was like half and half. It was half gameplay, half menu system, which was really good. Like I had been wanting to see the menu system and the skills and all that, and how they look on screen for a while now. So they showed that stuff, which was great. But for it to be live, it was so hard to see what was even being said on the screen. It was mostly just reading. And the whole screen was full of it. Well, I think that's why it felt even shorter, because for half of it, your brain was like, and then when it finally played the gameplay, it was like, it felt like that's how long it was, just the gameplay, which was just like, what, 45 seconds or something. So it was weird, not bad, because like I said, I've been wanting to see that, and I think a lot of people did as well. It was just a weird choice of where to show it and how to show it. They didn't show all of the profiles, but they did show the tech, specifically the tech of profile, because since they're taking out the class system, the classes now work differently. If you don't know how the class system works or the profiles and you're kind of confused, I have a video on it, so I will have that linked here somewhere so you could go check it out. It does look like your teammates have set classes, so PB seems to be a biotic, similar to Jack, because she has Shockwave and Pull, and she also has Invasion, so you don't have a specific class. And they had said this in Game Informer when they released all their info. They said you can choose different skills from the different classes and create your own profile because you are a Pathfinder. So there's something that is tied with the narrative when it comes to Ryder as to why you can do that, and I believe the rest of your squad can't. So the different skill sets that Ryder has are combat, tech, and biotic. They showed off a little bit of the soldier profile, which if you get more skills from the combat area, you will unlock the soldier profile. So with the profile, you get certain benefits, certain point boosts. So for example, with the soldier profile, we saw that you get bonuses to weapon damage, weapon accuracy, damage protection, weapon clip size, and it seems like you get like a specific action or like an extra skill with this profile. It said marksman's focus, and it's pretty much like a damage bonus for a kill streak. So the bonuses to the engineer profile are stuff like combo damage, tech construct health, tech construct health regeneration, tech construct damage, tech restoration, and defense. And the special ability for the engineer profile is the combat drone. But the difference between the combat drone and what we now see is a new skill called the Remnant VI. That was the one thing that caught me. Like, I was like, wait a minute, Remnant VI. I've been saying this for the longest time that I was like, are the Remnant going to be able to be on our side? If you're a tech or if you're an engineer, you could hack a Remnant VI, and the ones that just like float around. Someone was telling me in the chat during the live stream, they were like, so what's the difference between the Remnant VI and the combat drone? From what I'm seeing, it seems like the combat drone is a bit more passive and the Remnant VI is a bit more destructive. The combat drone almost seems like it's more of a supportive role, and if anything gets near it, it self-destructs. The flamethrower seems to be a tech power, and I loved the gun sounds. Like, that was the one thing I was like, oh my god, I love the way it sounds. It sounds so cool. So I finally realized later what the titles actually meant. So when you're a rank 1 engineer, you are called a recon specialist. So when you leveled up to rank 4, your title changed to technical overseer. So depending on the rank you are in your specific profile, you have a different title. One thing I was curious about was the music. I was wondering if the music was part of the original soundtrack for Mass Effect Andromeda. So I went to Twitter and I asked Aaron Flynn if the music was part of the game. He didn't respond, but someone responded saying that it sounded familiar, that they went to the concert that was held in Vancouver and I believe in Montreal. They were like, I think it is, because I think they played it in this concert. And I was like, ooh, interesting. And then Aaron Flynn liked that comment, so I was like, oh, is this his way of kind of like confirming? I mean, it's just a like, but you know, maybe he's just liking it because it's like, oh, they went to the concert, how awesome. So maybe BioWare just can't confirm yet if it is part of the soundtrack, but you know, just a little indicator. I don't know if it means anything, but maybe. When you see Ryder and you hear somebody say this.
Come in. Are you all right?
At first, I thought it was Sam, because Ryder then answers,
Sam, relay to the Tempest that we're stranded but alive. No choice but to investigate PB's signal.
but I was like, that didn't sound like Sam. So I heard it again and I was like, that sounds like a Solarian. So I'm guessing that is the voice of our Solarian pilot. So that's pretty much it. I thought there was going to be so much information for this video with that gameplay shown because of the skills and all that, but they really only went into one of the profiles. Let me know in the comments down below, out of combat, tech, and biotics, which would you more prefer to specialize in, or do you prefer to make a jack of all trades? So thank you so much for watching, and I should go.